Hello friends, Steve here, and I'm going to make a video of just me reading the Attuned book by Thomas Hubl, Practicing Interdependence to Heal Our Trauma and Our World. And in this part of chapter 2, I think it is, in part 1 of the book, it gives some information, and then it gives you something to practice, some lessons, practice experiences. And we're going to be practicing the 3-sync technique. And the word sync means, I think, synchronizing. In sync is in harmony. That could be one word that could be used. There could be others. The 3-sync practice is an awareness-based practice to assist you in creating greater inner and outer coherence. So sync could also be coherent. You can use it to create greater awareness in and out of the body, mind, and emotions, and therefore greater coherence between them. The technique can be used regularly or as needed, and it can be modified to best suit your present needs. You might wish to read through the practice fully and then repeat it to yourself in your own words during a quiet meditation. Or you could make an audio recording of yourself reading the practice aloud, such as this, to be played during your practice. Begin the 3-sync practice with a brief check-in. How do you feel in your body? How well are you able to feel the various parts of your body? If it is helpful to you, take a couple of deep breaths. As you do, slow down the exhalation, dropping into your bodily perception. Notice your posture and the fact that you are breathing. Notice the sensation of sitting. How does it feel in your pelvis? Now notice, if you can, any finer sensations, such as tingling, streaming, or pulsing sensations, wherever they may be in your body. As you observe these sensations, you're tuning in with the body's data flow. The nerve system animates your bodily perception. It's very sophisticated information technology. Within your body, you might be able to notice areas that feel denser, tense, or perhaps absent, where it's more difficult to connect to any sensation. Perhaps these are stress patterns being communicated in the flow of data. If you can, simply allow yourself to embrace, with compassion, whatever sensations you feel in the body. You might notice a feeling of flow, or areas of open perception and resourced groundedness. Or you might sense areas of tension, stress, or disconnection. Perhaps you are even hosting these together. Simply notice. Areas of tension, stress, or disconnection. Now shift your attention to your emotional body. What does your emotional experience feel like to you in this moment? Is there any emotion to be identified? Or is there perhaps a bit of numbness or a feeling of disconnection? Simply notice whatever is present and embrace your experience with compassion. Check in now with the mind. Is your mind busy, open, tight, curious, relaxed, calm? Simply notice and allow. Ask yourself, what is it that's aware of me noticing the activity of my mind? What is it that's aware of me noticing the activity of my mind? What part of me is awareness itself? If you feel and sense and perceive, if what you feel and sense and perceive are the letters of a book, what is the paper? What is the space that gives information and perception a place to exist? As you notice spacious awareness, consider for a moment all the other people who are reading or will read these pages. All the other people who have practiced or will practice in a similar way. Wherever they are in the world, right now many thousands of people are turning into the breath, to the body, to the mind, to the emotions, to the spaciousness within and around them, and to awareness itself. as you open your awareness to those other people, you might be able to sense the presence of a whole community that is here right now. Practicing with you. Indeed, you have the capacity to sense the wider field and to perceive information that is stored in the social fabric. Now, without disconnecting from that wider field, slowly take a breath and release it. Okay, that'll be our exercise from the book practice session. And I've noticed how valuable it is when, I listen to the words and then I go back and I do the practice and I notice what I notice. And then I go back through and do the practice and notice what I notice. I notice how much more I notice when I do the practice. So this has been a wonderful process for me, because back in my early 20s, which was 50 years ago, I had a meditation practice where I would meditate for an hour in the morning and I would meditate for an hour in the evening. I was living on a communal farm in Northern California. We were planting wine grapes. We were creating a vineyard, pounding grape stakes and planting the grape plants and disking the soil. It was just a lovely job I had in the middle, excuse me, on top of a mountain for a couple of years. And so I was in this meditation practice, and people have asked me if I meditate, and I say, well, frequently I do walking meditations where I actually go into a deeper place and then, that's Jules, by the way, go into a deeper place and then walk through the woods and sense the trees and sense the roots. And I've done a variety of different things over the years, but I feel like this is getting me back into a practice that's going to produce for me a greater awareness of myself and the world, and a greater ability to stay present when emotions are triggered. And it's already working. So just what I've done since December has really changed things for me. And, hopefully you'll find a similar expansion of your abilities through doing these exercises from the book. And now let's go.